So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking. Theaters across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today, and you can send the message that God's children are no longer for sale.
Max! Help me! I'm feeling...
As you know, I have a baby channel, and I am like Aldi's clearance aisle broke, okay? Like, I don't have money like that. I put my money where my mouth is with this kind of stuff, okay? So we're gonna buy some tickets. So I really hope somebody with a bigger following and a much bigger wallet than me will get some freaking tickets to help with this movie. We're gonna be checking out the newest trailer that just dropped like a few days ago for the movie Sound of Freedom. Welcome to Freedom to Think broadcast. I'm your host, Jeff. This is another for our Freethinker React series. We are rapidly ascending to 100,000 subscribers, so smash that subscribe button, hit the like, comment what you want to see next, and let's get into the video. So if you don't know the gist of it, it's about Agent Tim Ballard, who was undercover trying to take on like the world of child trafficking. It's super tragic, but it is a true story. And Angel Studios worked with Jim Caviezel, and they're making a movie about it, the true story movie about it. And honestly, it's one of those things that like Hollywood doesn't want to touch, and the mainstream media doesn't want to touch. And so we need to create like a movement to get around all of it. You know, like the Tom McDonald method, if you will, the Hangover gang kind of ambushing the creators, ambushing the reactors, like political pundits, like people like Crowder and Bongino and Tim Cass and all that. I mean, I feel like we as a group, and I am like the smallest member of the group, but I feel like we could actually get some leeway, some headway, some momentum if we can get this shared around a little bit so that people will buy some tickets, because there's a threshold that they have to reach. I've looked into this, and once they get to the high enough threshold, like 5 times as many movie theaters will accept the movie into them. So like we really got to help them get to that so there can be more awareness and a much bigger launch of this movie. And you see Disney's like tanking. Their last like 8 projects in a row are in the shit. Absolute trash. It's like, how many woke checkboxes can we fill instead of writing a good movie? But I've seen from some interviews and such with Jim, him saying that it is not like one of those low budget, faith-based type movies that some people may think it is. It's going to be like a banger, truth-based, thriller, awesome, badass movie. So we got to check out this newest trailer, and then maybe we can strategize a little bit how we can help pump this up a bit. This is going to get wild. Here is the final trailer. And then I have a bonus for you guys. You're not ready.
How'd that make you feel? Giving a child his freedom.
Felt good.
You have been at this for 12 years.
My country, 'tis of thee.
Why are you doing it?
Sweet land of liberty.
Because God's children are not for sale.
Dude, you got to look at this part again, right here. That is probably one of the most relatable visuals I have ever seen. Like, when you look into the rabbit hole of how horrible this situation is, it destroys you. And like, I remember that exact moment. So this is powerful.
Why are you doing it?
Because God's children are not for sale. It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen.
We're Homeland Security. You know we can't go off rescuing Honduran kids in Colombia.
This job tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
And yet somehow you have failed to bring me one real-world lead. It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
You know, it's very interesting that they're like, we can't just go do whatever. We can't just do this or that. And it's like, you know what our CIA does? They're pretending there's rules right now. Like, they're pretending there's rules, but there's rules for that. Okay, I got it. That makes sense. Oh man, I just can't imagine, because this is a true story. Like, this is a true story. He's like on the case trying to save kids and they're pulling the plug on him. That's freaking crazy.
It's over, Tim. Close up and come back home.
So you quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
South of that river is all rebel territory. No one goes in.
What if this was your daughter?
So, she's gone.
Oh no. Do you see the tattoo? Oh. That's freaking terrible, dude. Props to the guy's wife, because there's no way that was not true. She's like, hey, this is what they're telling you. Quit your job, stay in country, and be a hero. Like, that's a real one right there, if she's supporting him literally through that, you know. But the whole situation's absolutely heartbreaking. Like, it's super crazy, dude. Yeah, you guys, everyone's got to watch this one. But yeah, the little girl walking, and then you see she's got a tattoo on the back of her neck of a crown, because if it wasn't super obvious, it's like a stamp, like a cattle marking. It's like you belong to this group, but it's on a little kid. So that's freaking just outrageous.
Hear that? That's the sound of freedom.
Sound of Freedom is one of those films that can legitimately change this world. So we want to ignite a fire in audiences and open their eyes to the dark reality of millions of children that need our help. Let's make this film a historic event and the start, the end of child trafficking. Theaters across this country are already selling out. Pre-order your tickets today, and you can send the message that God's children are no longer for sale.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's just absolutely powerful. Like, unreal. Unreal. So what everyone has to do, and I'm sharing this link right now, save it for later, but I'm going to pin it in the video. This is the link for that video. In order to promote the video, we need to like it, subscribe to the channel, comment. I'm going to do hashtag save the children, and then watch the video all the way through till the end. Okay, so don't do it right now. Do it after this, but I'm sharing it in there. Like the video. you put a comment on the video, watch it all the way through to the end, it's going to boost it in the algorithm. That's the maximum that you can do. Obviously, beyond that, you can share the video, which I would encourage you share that video. And that's like what you can do for free to boost the reach of the video. Okay, now, next tier, if you want to get more involved in helping to share the video. I feel like we can get outside of the mainstream media, outside of the normal channels of promotion, and push this through the reactor network. There's a lot of reactors that are also tight with some big artists that have big social media followings. So maybe we can get some of them to feature this, okay? If you have any pull, any influence with anybody who has a channel or a social media following to try and get them to feature this to more people, it really just needs to be a multiplicative effect, okay? So you either have to have time, money, or influence. You don't have to do anything crazy, but the minimum, like the video, subscribe to their channel, and watch the 3-minute video all the way through to the end. Okay, so that's like minimum, pretty easy to do. So you do that. If you want to do more, share it with some people who have any sort of media following. Beyond that, we can support their mission. So in the video, I'm going to share this link as well. This is the link for that Angel Studios, for them to actually buy tickets. You can buy tickets for yourself, or you can pay it forward, which is providing tickets to someone else, but it just boosts the number of overall tickets. And that way, like I said, they got 13 days remaining and they're like a fourth of the way through. Like, they're not close enough. We got to help them out. As you know, I have a baby channel and I am like Aldi's clearance aisle broke. Okay. Like, I don't have money like that. I put my money where my mouth is with this kind of stuff. Okay. So we're going to buy some tickets. So I really hope somebody with a bigger following and a much bigger wallet than me will get some freaking tickets to help with this movie, because it's not going to happen from the mainstream media sharing, from the main channels of marketing sharing, and it should be a no-brainer from across everything. It should be like, this is the winning issue probably of our time. It is an evil scourge of horribleness that needs to be wiped off the face of the earth. As I said, there's the whole reason is because you can sell a bag of drugs one time. You can sell a kid many times a day indefinitely. The market is enormous, and they just sell their soul for money. It's evil and disgusting. But a lot of people just don't know that it even exists. That's the whole problem. Because anyone who finds out it exists is on that side. And that's what we need to do as a group, as a team.
But they sent me here to learn your ways. So one day I could bring this message and that you will believe it.
What are you saying, Jake? You knew this would happen?
Yes.
We got to work together, share this message that the damn movie needs to be the biggest blockbuster that anyone has ever seen. Like, it's got to explode. Everyone has to see it. And I feel like it's going to put the cards out on the table of who is the real ones and who is just phoning it in, who's just virtue signaling, who's just a lying sack of crap. You know what I mean? Hope you guys can help me out, because I've been trying to work in this realm for a long time, and this popping up the way it has, I really hope we can get some headway, and I'm going to make some more content on my channel promoting this, like different edits and things like that. And I will say, you guys are going to get something real special right now, because I took the previous video, they had a different trailer, and I edited it. So I changed the music. I isolated the music, removed it, added new music, cut out some stuff I didn't like. I just remixed their trailer because I do what I want. This is the first look at Edit Jeff's rendition. Yeah, this is the song that should have been in it.
How many pedophiles you got?
288.
How many kids you found?
It is the fastest growing international crime network that the world has ever seen. It has already passed the illegal arms trade, and soon it's gonna pass the drug trade. Because you can sell a bag of cocaine one time to a child 5 to 10 times a day. God's children are not for sale.
I can't save myself.
How long you been doing this?
4 years now.
This is my
How many pedophiles you got?
288.
How many kids you found?
Save me. I can't save
Teo,
myself.
por rescatar niños, ¿verdad? Puedes ayudar a encontrar mi hermana.
Te lo prometo.
I'm a patriot and I'm a patriarch, but I'm a father first and I'ma play that part. Gonna stand for mine and never bow or buckle there for anybody that ever get in trouble. Yeah, storm is brewing, I can see them clouds, hear the children crying, baby clearing loud, shine a light on shadows, I'ma clear them
You
out.
quit your job and you go and rescue those kids.
Man, it's too close to the night effects.
So at this moment, she could be a block down the road, or she could be in Moscow, Bangkok, LA.
One is my household and my family always been my saving grace. There's a war right now and it's taking place, and you bite your tongue so you saving face. I'ma yell it loud, this my battle cry on this battlefield. I'll take my consequence. Yeah, it's common sense. When it's good and evil, you can't ride the fence. That's some coward shit. I'll take them hits and I'll throw them blows. I'll lose it all to save their innocence. I'll deliver this with some diligence, cause your ignorance makes us different.
This Jill tears you to pieces. And this is my one chance to put those pieces back together.
God tells you what to do. You will not hesitate.
I can't save myself. Save me. This is my cry for help.
Loud and clear.
That song was made for that movie, man. Telling you. Also, yeah, I used AI to make that banner. So that ad that I put in the thumbnail, I figured out how to use AI, and then I made AI rendering of Jim Caviezel as Tim Ballard wearing the full armor of God with a flaming sword. Obviously, AI screwed up the fingers and stuff a little bit, so I switched it from that, downloaded it, put it into an editor, added the other stuff layered over it to cover up all the imperfections. I think it came out pretty good. But yeah, man, I've been working on that as a side project for a long time. A lot of what I have done coming through here has been to try and help in that area in some way.
Shit.
I figured it out. No, I can't help everybody.
Sort of seems like you can.
Not if I stop. I can put a pin in it right now and stop.
Trying to get you to stop has been one of the few failures of my entire life.
Something tells me I should put it in a lockbox and drop it to the bottom of the lake. Go to bed.
But would you be able to rest?
Man, I hope we can do something with this. I have a really, really small following comparative to what is probably needed to do much. But I just hope we can get the ball rolling a little bit. There's a lot of people that are like trying to do something, but they're stalled out. I'm not willing to sit in the stalled position. Like, we gotta get moving. And for this specifically, it launches July 4th. So if at least I can get some momentum through July 4th, then we can get some people looking into this and then, you know, having it blow up in the later stages of being out in theaters. So that's the dream there too. But yeah, I got a couple of edits that I've made for it. And so I was going to be sharing them on YouTube, on Twitter, full versions of both. and then just hoping I could get some people to buy into it, you know what I mean? But we got to get moving. If you get bored, there's going to be a lot of content from me in the feeds. Mike Ross says you sent it to Crypt, Hobson, Dax, Gaps, Luke, Rudkowski. I don't know who that is, actually. Tim Pool, Ian Crossland, T. High Res, Tom, PFV, Scheme, James O'Keefe, Keith Jansen, Cliff Beats, and many more. Heck yeah, dude. I mean, that's the start, is just tagging people. You get enough people tagging and harassing and whatever. That happens to me. I'll have people that'll hit me up for one thing all across different social media, and then eventually I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to check this out. Fine, it's cool. That's kind of what I'm trying to generate. So from the people that don't want to put money into it, but you have a little bit of time, it's like, watch the videos, share the videos, like the videos from me and from their main site, and then try to push them on to other creators who have an influence and can share them with other people. Because like I said, this is a winning issue, maybe the winning issue of our time. There's so much division and polarized, just everything in our society. And I feel like with this one topic, it's just a matter of people who have no idea and then people who are on the good or the bad side of it. But there isn't really like a middle ground. There's not people that are like, well, some of this child trafficking is okay, but we need, we don't need to go that far with limiting this. It's like, no, like there's people who are dead set against it are the good people, and the people who accommodate it are the bad people. And then there's a whole lot of people that don't know about it, and that's who we need to talk to. That's the whole deal. Mike, that's great, dude. Yeah, hitting them in the DMs with that. That's great. Yeah, I'm going to try. I got a few people, not that many, but a few people who have slightly bigger followings that have followed me. So I'm going to try to reach out to them direct and see if I can get them to share it with their people. JJP, thanks. I will be spreading the word. The topic just makes me sick to my stomach. Yeah, no, it does. It's not like a fun conversation necessarily. Like I said, it's the winning issue of our time. If we can promote this enough, like this video is going to save some kids, and I think it could save the world, the whole issue, because it'll finally get people on the same page for something positive, and we can rally basically all the good people who have some differences against the truly bad people who seem to be in charge of a lot of other things that are bad too. So if we can clear up the sides, that's going to make all the difference in the world, to make it a lot easier for us to stop squabbling about stupid shit and get our priorities in line. This is top tier. Thatcher, you said you wish you could do something. You can do something. Dagnar, the gamers. Yeah, we got to get to the gamers too. There's already a movement against Call of Duty, the gamers versus groomers. I feel like we can convert that and ride that wave and sneak it in with this movie. So I'm going to be playing some games. Like right now, I'm switching to Fortnite. Like gamers saving the world situation right now. So I'm happy to be in that group as well. Dagnar says I will also bring it to Jeremy at the Quartering to help. Yes, yeah, people like that. The Quartering, Liberal Hive Mind, like all of these kind of really large channels that just talk about current events, politics, news. I'm telling you, the thing is, they're freaking out because they don't have the same money and influence as Disney in the mainstream, but they don't realize how big our movement of information spread is. You look at the Quartering and Timcast and like Bongino and Crowder and Liberal Hive Mind, like there's these kind of offshoot podcasts and broadcasts and video shows that make content about what's going on, and they have huge followings. And like if we can get some of them to share this, it doesn't take them very long. It could just be a small segment, and it just wins them points. Like nobody be upset with them for sharing it. It would be a net positive. It's good PR for anyone who's like a decent person. Patrick Bet David. Thank you, Mike Ross. Yeah, that dude. He's pretty awesome. So if someone like that shares it, that opens up a new network of people that are similar to that to share it. You get what I'm saying? Because a lot of these creators just copy other creators. They make very similar content to other people. So if we can get people in different niches to share that, and other people from the same niches are going to share it, and then it's going to start to multiply and go crazy. That's what we got to do.